Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Thoughts of a Rambling Mind. As you know, I only make videos when I'm intrigued, and of course I'm intrigued. So, there's an upcoming fight, super fight. It's a negotiation, boxing match between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. If you're not familiar with who these people are, then this video is not for you. But for those of you who are interested in who these people are, and those of you who are sports gamblers and really into the analytics and statistics when it comes to boxing, I got a gem for you that some of the other bloggers and vloggers and sports analysts and professionals, none of these people seem to notice. And I noticed it watching the Errol Spence Ugas fight, which we all watched, and Errol Spence beat the whole crap out of Ugas, dismantled his face. Many places. Beautiful fight. In the middle of the fight, around about the sixth round, Errol Spence gets hit with an uppercut. His mouthpiece falls out of his mouth. Everyone who watched that fight knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, mouthpiece falls out of his mouth, and for a moment, he looks off, follows the mouthpiece, and Ugas proceeds to catch him with a two-piece. Bam, bam. Knocks Errol Spence to the ropes. Now, Errol Spence looks a little wobbly, not enough to be knocked out. He kept distance from Ugas. Ugas capitalized. Or so I thought. Looked like he was wobbly. I mean, I'm a big Errol Spence fan because his fights are really exciting to me. So, of course, that fight had some replay value, so I watched it again. And in watching it again, I noticed that Errol Spence wasn't wobbly at all. When he was hit by Ugas after the mouthpiece came out. He did keep his distance though, and he didn't swing another punch until the referee broke the fighters up and allowed him to put his mouthpiece back in. That was a little bit strange to me. Normally boxers, they lose their mouthpiece, they just keep fighting until the ref breaks it up. They usually don't care, but he clearly did. I thought to myself, well, this man had just been in a horrible car accident where he was thrown through a windshield, and he had some reconstruction done on his face. I was watching an interview, I believe it was Devontae Tank Davis, and he said he don't know how the mouthpiece could have came out because he gets his molded in and he got to get a new one done or something like that. I said to myself, why would the mouthpiece have come out? And if it did come out, why didn't Errol Spence react the way normal boxers do? I said to myself, is there something physically wrong with Errol Spence to where his mouthpiece won't stay in his mouth? Or physically wrong with him to where he can take a certain amount of damage and it can't withstand without the mouthpiece in? This became a good question for me. Then I thought maybe it's not physical. You know, a lot of athletes, when they tear ACLs or go through really hard injuries, they come back a little bit tentative because mentally they don't feel like they're strong enough. So they become self-conscious. And Errol Spence might not have the confidence mentally when his mouthpiece is out of his mouth. So I'm thinking, right? But hey, I'm not a professional boxer, so what the hell do I know? So I watched the fight. Of course, I told you I'm a big Errol Spence fan, so I'm looking for things to do on the late Saturday night, bored, looking for something to watch, and I pull up Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. And I'm watching the fight. Errol Spence is outshining, as usual, putting a beautiful beating upon a great fighter, Danny Garcia. Everything's going well, as you expect. Around about the 11th round, Danny Garcia hits Errol Spence with, I believe it's a right hook, followed by a straight right hand. Again, the mouthpiece flies out. And oh shit, Errol Spence does the exact same thing. He stops fighting, trails off, and looks for the mouthpiece. Now, Danny Garcia doesn't capitalize on this. Nobody, the announcers make mention of it, but nobody goes back to it. Nobody makes big mention of it. But at this point, it's official. Errol Spence has something going on physically with his mouth and mentally with his brain when it comes to his mouth. Yes, he is not confident. That's a shame because, like I said, I'm a big Errol Spence fan, and this is actually a monkey wrench thrown into a whole matrix of things when it comes to gambling, when it comes to odds. You know, this changes the game. So all you bloggers, I know you're going to see this because this is the biggest thing in boxing right now. I promise you there's no bigger news than what I just said, and nobody knows it. So all of you guys, when you guys get this piece of information and you get to repeating it, just shout me out. Thoughts of a Rambling Mind. Like, share, subscribe. Drop some comments in the comment section. I'm out.